Easy Pixel.
Show me the games. October is here, so we have another list of our top 10 games that we think you should play this month. It's not exactly a super exciting month, but there are a few notable releases that will likely deliver. But who's to say? We haven't even played these yet. So let us know what you're looking forward to in the comments below. A Plague Tale: Innocence was one of the best games of 2019, which ended with a satisfying finale while still setting the stage for the adventure to continue. In the previous game, the sibling duo of Amicia and Hugo barely overcame the Plague and the Inquisition, but it's clear in this upcoming sequel that their ordeal is far from being over. A Plague Tale: Requiem once again takes place in France, but in a relatively more scenic part of it. That being said, there's still plenty of rats and vermin about, so don't get too used to the sights and sunshine. Set a mere 6 months after the ending of Innocence, in Requiem, Amicia and Hugo seek an island that may provide a cure for Hugo's mysterious blood disease, which grants him the power to control rats. Our next stop on the Otome game train is Paradigm Paradox. Players play as Yuki, a girl who is just an ordinary student who is bored of the life she leads at school. Aren't we all? One night, she decides to leave her dormitory and accidentally falls into the neighboring colony Vermin, who is actually the enemy. However, this dangerous situation might not be too bad as she discovers a secret power that leads her to become the savior of justice. Throw in a handful of dateable male leads, and you have an Otome that we cannot wait to experience. The origin of the science adventure series will finally be making its Western debut after over a decade. This physical package contains both Chaos Head Noah and Chaos Child. The latter has already been available in the West, but the former has never been officially available in English, making this particular release significant. Throughout both titles, players try to uncover a series of bizarre killings titled New Generation Madness. The central gameplay mechanic here is Delusion Trigger, allowing players to choose whether the protagonist will experience negative or positive fantasies, thereby shaping which story route one ends up on. Both games will also be available individually digitally. Star Ocean: The Divine Force is the 6th mainline entry of the franchise, and it's taking cues from the beloved second game where players can choose between two protagonists, in this case being Raymond and Letitia. Alongside involved action systems and an assuredly exceptional soundtrack by Motoi Sakuraba, exploration seems to be a central part of this game's identity. Vast maps and temporary flight are helping this entry stand out, and here's hoping they help make this game thrive after how lukewarm integrity and faithlessness was. It took a long time for Bayonetta 2 to happen, as it was essentially a rescue effort from Nintendo. It feels even longer for Bayonetta 3 to finally materialize, but here we are in October of 2022, and we have a new action game to make up for the lack of a new Devil May Cry or Ninja Gaiden anytime soon. The Switch has become the platform to experience the franchise, with both titles readily available and superbly optimized. The third entry looks to be pushing hardware to new limits. Regardless of how well it will perform, this is bound to be a fantastic time and a long overdue sequel to cap off a deserving trilogy for the queen of action games. Persona going multi-platform. If you told my past self this was going to happen, I would have laughed you out of the building. But, well, guess where we are now, with Persona 5 heading to multiple consoles and PC, including the Nintendo Switch. And this will just be the first of many because we still have Persona 4 Golden and Persona 3 coming down the road. This version of the game includes all DLC, which comprises items, persona, music, challenge battles, and more. Now, everyone will be able to experience the definitive version of this modern classic. To say we would have expected to see this game on Switch would be an understatement. But hey, it's happening. NieR Automata End of Yorha Edition is the same NieR Automata you probably played on other platforms years ago, but now it's on the Switch. How exactly it's gonna run, though, is anyone's guess. The entire experience is said to be on the cartridge, so maybe we should mild our expectations. However, Switch doesn't have achievements, so you won't be surprised with the "what are you doing" alert that a lot of people got 5 minutes into the game. Regardless, we're excited to see this game and 2B back on our timeline. I don't think anyone was expecting a sequel to the already unexpected Mario and Rabbids team-up tactics game from 2017, Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle. The upcoming sequel, Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope, is aiming to improve just about every element from the first entry, with a revamped combat system where players will have free movement in battle and no longer be confined to tiles. The exploration and story are also seeming to be amplified tenfold, so we can't wait to see Nintendo and Ubisoft's latest collaborative adventure. Gotham Knights is shaping up to be an ambitious action-adventure game from Warner Bros., with Batman not taking the reins this time around. Instead, Nightwing, Robin, Red Hood, and Batgirl embrace his will by aiming to keep Gotham City from falling into complete chaos. The Court of Owls from the Scott Snyder run of the comics has also been shown playing a major role, though it's worth noting that this title is not connected to the previous Arkham games. Gameplay-wise, players can choose to either play alone or with a friend, and each of the aforementioned characters handle uniquely. Plus, there are some RPG elements like leveling up and customizing the crew, so we're looking forward to this Batman-less Batman mission. It's hard not to take one look at Signalis and want to play it. The gloomy survival horror follows Elster, a technician replica who has just woken up from a long slumber. No, she doesn't suffer from amnesia, but she is confused about where she is as she searches for her lost partner. If she discovers more about the world, she'll need to fight strange creatures in order to survive. On top of that, the game's graphical direction is simply gorgeous, utilizing pixelated 3D animation and dynamic lighting. Sure, we're terrified, but we'll suck it up, if only to see where this adventure goes. And that's our list. Did we miss anything? Let us know in the comments below, and thanks for watching.
Noisy Pixel.